Welcome everybody to GNERD Corner Gaming. Hello all you nerds out there and everybody else that's watching later on, either here on my VOD or on YouTube. Welcome. I am here with Danielle, aka MischievousVixen. She's multi-talented. She's a photographer. She's a model, and she's also a gamer as well. Hello there, Danielle.
Hi, thanks for having me. How
Uh,
are you doing?
fine. So, tell the viewing audience. I was gonna say listeners because I also do, just regular non-video podcasts. Uh, how long have you been gaming and streaming?
Uh, Gaming and streaming, maybe like it feels like 2 weeks, but I started at the beginning of June, doing like once a week, right around the E3 time. Um, and I picked the name Mischievous Vixen because that's uh my PlayStation name, but all of my other stuff is Danny Rar 34. But I got the idea for Mischievous Vixen back in like 2013 when I first got my PS3, and I also got like a brand new iMac. And like League of Legends was huge. Well, it still is, but I was like, I'm gonna get into League of Legends and use my Mac for gaming. Insert laughter track. And so I wanted a cool like name for League of Legends, and I wanted Malicious Vixen, but Malicious was taken. So I was like, okay, well, what else starts with like an M? Because I wanted to keep that alliteration going, or not alliteration. Well, I wanted the M in there, and I was like, well, I can't. Okay, not malicious, mischievous. That's cool. Like sneaking around. Um, yeah, and then that was available, and then I got my PlayStation 3, so then I was like, "Oh, make it match." And then I never like touched League of Legends again. But so now all of my gaming stuff, I'm trying to make it match with Mischievous.
Oh, nice, fantastic. And so,
Mhm.
how long have you been a photographer and a model?
Oh, photography longer than, well, about the same time. I first started like falling in love with using cameras back in like 2010, and then got really into it in like 2012, 2013. Um, and then around that same time, I started doing modeling. It was like my senior year of high school. But I really fell in love with like the photography side of things. And I was already running cameras at church and doing stuff like that. So I was like, well, why don't I switch my major from business into photography and video? Because I was just having so much fun with cameras. And then through learning cameras and just all the settings and whatnot, I liked that more than modeling. And because I was using the cameras every day. And then when I was doing photo shoots, I was working with like these photographers who didn't know what they were doing. So then I fell even more in love with the photography side because I was like, I can't find a decent professional to work with. Because the Arizona modeling scene is kind of strange if you're not a like a signed model.
Oh
It's
yeah,
hard
it
finding
really
a
is.
legitimate photographer. Like so many people take advantage of the fact that a lot of models they don't have the photography background, so they just see a high quality image and correlate that with it being a high quality photographer. And I'm like, no, a nice looking camera is far different than having like good images and a creative process behind it rather than some creep who just wants to see you in a bikini, which I have unfortunately been in situations like that, which is why I know what to look out for.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely. Oh, and also finding legitimate quote
yeah.
unquote models. Uh, I've run
Yeah,
into
that too. I hear a lot of photographers have issues finding models who flake out all the time and don't show up for shoots, and uh, yeah,
yeah, and
they
because
get pretentious.
because they're like, I am an Instagram model. That's like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, have you done any like published work? No, but look, I have like 100,000 likes on this post, and now I'm considered a model.
uh,
Yeah. How consistent are you though? So, Yeah, I've been in those
I mean,
situations
I see
before.
models all the time, and they got their rates, they get paid, but their work, I'm like, it's not good. But it all depends on who's paying you. Because I mean, from what I see, you don't have to have good photos to make money. If you're just skimping around out there, someone's gonna pay you to see it. Which is, a good thing for some people, not for me. That's not the type of modeling I do. So all the modeling stuff I do, it's free. It's all, I don't get paid for it. It's really rare if I do, but I'll get published in
Your audio went off again. It's okay. You're back. Oh,
let's see.
yeah, you're back.
I'm back.
You're back. You sort of trail off after a
Ugh.
while.
Yeah, trail.
Oh. If you're watching the stream, you can see when she's talking because the, the frame of the part where she's talking, it will light up green. Like right now, she's not lighting up. Testing 1 2 3.
Okay. Uh,
Testing 1 2 3.
hello?
Hello.
I just changed USB slots, so
Maybe
maybe
it's the
that will,
maybe it's the USB slot. Sometimes I have actually a broken
I
USB slot on my computer, and I need to actually probably have it replaced.
yeah, this is the third one that I've tried because I was having issues earlier.
That's okay.
Okay.
We were Yeah, we were talking about models and in the model industry and how now you are part of the elite models because you're a published model now.
Published in a photography magazine, which is funny. It's just, for photographers and whatnot. But I prefer it that way rather than just being some glammed up doll for no reason with someone else profiting off of that. Because then when I'm behind the shoots for these, it's in Shutter magazine. So I've been behind the scenes at Shutterfest and their little get-togethers. And then when I see myself in a Shutter magazine, I'm reading the magazine, reading about all these different photography tips and whatnot. And I believe you can pick up Shutter magazines at Barnes and Nobles in their magazine racks.
Nice, nice. Now,
Mhm.
let's see, onto your photography. What is your favorite like place in Arizona to shoot in? Because I know a lot of photographers have favorite places in the country, but we live in Arizona where there's a lot of different areas to, a lot of different environments to shoot in.
That's a good question. I actually don't have a lot of photography locations that I go to. I don't have like a secret spot or anything. But lately I've just been loving Papago because the mountain's so big that you can go anywhere on any side of it while the sun's setting. So if you need to be in a shaded spot, like there's almost always shade the closer you are to the mountain. Um, and I love the red rock. So if I don't feel like going to Sedona for a red rock type photo,
Yeah.
just go to Papago. If you want some water, head over to the section of the park by the zoo, and there you got the lake and a cute dock and reeds and stuff, and it's got a lot of variety to it. So it makes it worth the drive out to Tempe.
Oh yeah, definitely. Uh, my favorite probably have to be Sedona. Sedona is like one of my like top tier area places to go to shoot here in Arizona.
Yeah.
I think
Sedona's great when you can find parking.
when you can find part, especially when you like
I
trying.
did a shoot at a Cathedral Rock, and I was just checking it out with another photographer, thank God, but it was a total nightmare
Yeah,
parking. I actually had to have Nick in my car, and I had to stand in a spot. Like we waited 10 minutes for someone to leave. Because there's like side of the road parking, but it's private property. You're in front of people's houses, so I mean, you can get towed. And it's Sedona. I'm pretty sure they'll pay the penny, or no, they don't even have to pay money to tow someone if they're in front of your house. You the person getting towed has to pay.
Yep.
So I waited there, and then a car left, and I stood in the parking spot like a total asshole, but not really, because I was waiting like 10 to 20 minutes for a spot. So I just outsmarted the rest, really. And that would be totally embarrassing if I had a client with me and they spent like 20 minutes trying to find a parking spot, and then with the light changing. Yeah, so still working on finding like the perfect location at Sedona. It definitely is an adventure each time I go out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think one of the places I go to is the most in general for a lot of different like location shoots for like water or red rocks or anything is Crescent Moon Ranch. It's like
Oh
11.
yeah, I
Yeah.
have gone there a few times because they got the water there, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the same as Red Rock Crossing. That is where Red Rock
That
Crossing
is
is
red.
at.
Yeah, that is Red Rock Crossing. And
Yeah.
you can see Cathedral Rock from there. Looking up and everything. So it's a pretty good like view, and the water's really nice in the summer and really cold during the winter. I've
Hmm.
done winter shoots there and touching the water, going, "Oh, this is too cold, much too cold."
The last photo shoot I did, I had Cathedral Rock in the background, and I had the bride and groom right next to the creek. And so you could see the reflection of them into the water, and it looked really nice. But thank goodness I had a flash on me, because the whole right side of the image was just like the water. So there's no light coming from there, but there's all this light on the mountain behind them. So I had to like balance that out so it didn't look dark and then bright and whatever. But it was pretty. Those photos are really gorgeous. They're on my Instagram. If anyone wants to check them out at can I plug myself?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can plug yourself. That
At my Instagram for my wedding photography is at Danielle LA Photos. Um, and that's another interesting story too, if you want me to go on about why I'm Danielle LA or Danielle Law Photography.
so the creepers don't come after you.
Well, it's because when Facebook like was first coming out, I was transitioning from MySpace and I was like 14 at the time.
Oh yeah,
And so I was like real into not using my last name, which is Lockenauer. It's no secret, but you hear it and so many people are like, how the hell do you spell that? And
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to have to like tell everyone how to spell my last name. So I was like, okay, Facebook, we're using real names here. I'll be Danielle LA, just law. And maybe if this platform ends up being more sophisticated, I'll put my real last name. And then people just started thinking that was my name. So then I felt like it was attached to my identity. And when I was building my photography, I kept going through all these different names. I was like, should I be like Emerald Fox Photography or something? And your name is your brand. So I figured, hell, just Danielle Law. If I ever move to California, it's like LA. But what's funny is people then think my name is Daniela. And I'm like, no, no, it's Danielle
Yeah.
Law, Danielle LA.
Have fun with those
Short for
California.
Lachenauer.
Exactly, exactly. Now, if you move to LA, have fun with those LA taxes. Oh, and trying to find a home
Yeah. Oh God.
for the
I would
same.
just live at my friend's parents' house or something.
Yeah, for the same price as a $300,000 house here, you get a little shack over there.
Not even, not even, dude. You can't even get a house. You can hardly get a house here for 300,000. I should know. I just bought one. I just
Well,
got my house earlier in the year, and that was a nightmare.
it's a seller's market right now. It's not really a buyer's market. But
I
the
know
bubble
it's
will eventually
awful.
burst. It will eventually burst.
Eventually, yeah. Uh, but it is nasty. Don't get me started on the housing market.
Oh yeah. Well,
My
don't.
house right now, with like the taxes and the bills, it costs just as much as my apartment. I had a three-bedroom apartment that I shared with a total of four people 2 years ago, and it's the same price. Maybe $100 more at the end of the day, for a three-bedroom apartment. It's ridiculous. So in that three-bedroom apartment, which is now a couple $100 more than it was then,
Yep.
and double the space at least. Yeah.
So,
That's live.
I want to get your thoughts on something that I was talking to some other photographer friends about. So, when it comes to like photography and you know doing illustration afterwards, doing a lot of editing in Photoshop, when is too much editing too much? Now, some photographers will I've seen will do drastic changes to somebody's body, like making them skinnier and completely almost
Hmm.
making them look like a doll. Um,
That's an interesting question.
yeah, because when does it go
Um,
away from like I don't know how to say this, but from
when is it
match that
going from enhancing to like
yeah
body manipulation?
yeah and away from like what most photographers would not really even want to try to touch because it changes everything that they have saw through the lens originally, and then all
Hmm.
of a sudden it's something completely different. It's like the illustrator completely changed everything that they originally shot.
Right. I think it has a lot to do with the type of photography that is being done. Is it a piece of work that's going to be published somewhere, like towards a magazine? Is it the photographer's artistic creation? Or is this, client work? You're taking photos of someone, because then that defines a lot of what that next step is going to be. Because if it's the photographer's whole deal, they're paying the model and this and that, then they can do like, give everyone the big old eyes or like a round head and a skinny neck. But that's like more of an artistic creation. But then when you start giving everybody tummy tucks and BBLs, then you're like, then you're putting your own ideas of, I guess, a beauty standard then onto the model. And
Hmm.
I think for clientele work, that's definitely not okay. Um, but some people will go as far as even, photoshopping out birthmarks, freckles, skin texture. I hate it when people just blur skin texture. Um,
I've been asked that
my work
before.
personally,
I've been asked that before, but like, oh man, I had like some like zits and some moles that I just don't like in the picture. Can you remove those? And I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
yeah, I always ask a client if they have heavy acne, how far can I go with editing? Like, hey, is it okay if I like fully resurface your face, or do you just want me to work on toning a little bit? Like, what's your comfort zone? Otherwise, most of the time, I just do little blemish touch ups here and there, and then dodging and burning. Like if they have like a weird vein, like I'm getting a vein right here when I get really angry,
Yeah.
like that's something like I would, just smooth that out, Photoshop it out. But some models, like see my neck right here, there'll be like a natural line, and they'll want like this to be taken out, even though it's a part of the neck. It's not fat. It's not um like a double chin or anything. Like this is just the natural curvature of a neck. And some models are like, no, take it out. I don't want that there. And I'm like, now you look weird. Like,
Yeah.
you just have like a stick going out.
Well,
Um,
you've seen like pictures like or magazines like Vogue or some of the the bigger fashion magazines, and you see the before and after shots
yeah.
of how much they do edit the photos, and that's
I
why I said
I'm
how much is too
backwards.
much in that sense.
I think if you are like giving people bigger breasts or faking their abs to where they have no abs and now they have a whole six pack, I think that's too far. Once you're no longer doing enhancements and now you're just doing full on manipulation, I think that's too far. But I am a fan. I love seeing these Photoshop projects where you completely change somebody. And but you keep the like you like completely change the skin texture, but there's still skin texture. Like it's like I appreciate how artistic it is, how much you can change that image, but once it's in a magazine, it's being seen by millions of people, and they think that's normal. And I, as a photographer, like I'll just be taking a selfie and then I see natural circles under my eyes and this and that. And I want to use a freaking Snapchat filter just because then it blends everything and it
Yeah.
makes it look like I have foundation on. And now you don't see the pink mixing with the red on my face and the purples under the under eyes. which we as photographers, we recognize those different little colors. Whereas like the average person, they're just like, oh, I look like crap. And it's like, no, you don't look crap. Most of the time, it's not even about like makeup. It's just lighting. It's getting the lighting right. But when we're used to seeing all these fully finished images in magazines, I think that it's damaging on our own like perspective. I think it's Norway that recently said that social media pictures now have to be, um, they have to say that if they're edited in any way,
Hmm.
and I think that's good.
Well, it
But
sends a bad message
yeah.
to young people that don't understand the process of photo editing, and if they can't
Hmm.
tell themselves. I mean, I'm not saying that young people aren't intelligent. I'm just saying that there are some people that go out there and going, you know what, I want to get plastic surgery to look exactly like that
Hmm.
person, but they've never seen them in the morning without
Right.
makeup or without Photoshop done into their pictures. So it's all so they go in and say, I want to look like this person, not
It's really
realizing.
bad on like Instagram with like beauty makeup artists and whatnot. There's so many photos I've shown my hairdressers in the past, and they're like, "Yeah, that hair's not real. That is Photoshop. They either just dyed that, or it's Photoshopped." And even at the time, I was like, "Oh, I can't even Photoshop hair to color to look that nice. How is this Instagram model?" There's just so much that goes on behind the scenes that the average consumer doesn't even notice. But there are people where every single photo they put out, like, and when I say makeup, like right now, I got some like blue and red going on.
Yeah.
Um, but I struggle with getting really strong pigments out. And I do like all the primer, the base. I watch all the YouTube videos, but I can never get it to look like the things I see on Instagram. I don't know if that's not because I'm spending an hour just blending, but it's like, come on. Not only do they have a full lighting setup, they're using high quality camera gear, but they've it's like they're editing the pigments. They're not natural pigments. You're not it's fake. Everything's got its Facetune, Photoshop, whatever you want to call it. Everything gets tweaked these days. Nothing's fully organic, you know.
Exactly, exactly. And like you said, you don't normally like blur out the skin. Sometimes I will like lightly blur out the skin, just so that because they have uneven skin and they just want to look good in the photos that they share on Instagram, because eventually
Mhm.
it's gonna get it's not gonna be high quality once it goes to Facebook or Instagram. It's gonna be very grainy eventually when you zoom in all the way. But they still want to look like, hey, look, I didn't have makeup that day, and I want to look like the character. I want to look like as best as I could. So, you know,
Right.
if I ask or if they ask, you want to have this done, then I'll do it. So anytime I do blur out a model's skin, and they haven't asked me, I ask them first. Do you want me to do that, to just do a light surface blur, or
Right.
anything else do you want removed or something like that, or smoothed down.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I've learned that if someone has like a scar on their face or their body, always ask before touching,
yeah,
because that's a part of who they are. That scar tells a story. Um, you know, not everyone sees flaws as flaws. They're not even flaws. It's just part of what makes you unique. Uh, and I see that. I'll take like great photos of myself. And sometimes I don't even want to Photoshop them. I'm like, this is so great. I should just post this as is on Instagram. And then I do. And then I go back and I'm like, okay, well, let's play around, do some frequency separation and, a little dodge and burn here and there. And then I'm like, oh my God, this photo now looks incredible. But then a year or two will go by. I'll look back at that photo and I'll be like, oh my God, I look so fantastic here. I don't look like this anymore. I'm going to go do a photo shoot. I go do a photo shoot and then I'm like, my pictures don't look as nice. And then I realize, oh, that's because I edited that
yeah,
picture.
exactly.
That's why it looks so great. Before I edited it, I thought I looked great. Um, and so that's like an internal battle even I have with myself. It's like, seeing the quality difference of an edited photo, a good edited photo. It's not overly edited. but still it makes me feel on my ugly days like I'm never going to be good enough, even though I know that what I'm looking at is artificial. It messes with our minds.
It really does. It really does. And our concept of beauty.
Yeah. And freaking Snapchat, like I wish they would just, the filter that just smooths the skin a little bit. It doesn't even like do a crappy blur. It's just mixing like your skin tone colors, which is all a filter should do. But it's not all the filter does. It then like tucks my pointy cheeks in even
Yep.
more. And
Yep.
then it like gives a little plump to the eyes and the lips. I'm like, I don't need that. I'm gonna get used to thinking that that is my face. Just blend my skin tone. That's all I want. I don't want to have to throw makeup on today. Come on.
Exactly.
I wish like you could create your own filters. Like they have like the Snapchat most, and I'm always on Snapchat, which is why I'm talking about Snapchat. But it'd be cool if they had like your favorite filters, the main filters or whatever, and then if you could adjust what parts of that you wanted on or off.
Yeah, or what you would look like as a different sex.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Because
this
then it makes me, yeah,
which is
it's
which is
gender
this is
swapping.
literally what I look like. That's I don't know if you see this. See, hold
Oh, I whistled, but you couldn't hear it.
on. Oh, I couldn't hear the whistle.
Woo woo.
Woo woo. There you go. So
My mic registers it as something.
that is weird. It doesn't need register to whistle.
It thinks it's a buzz.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh, it's like my bag of chips. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. It's one of those like,
It knows it's a bag of chips.
but it won't let you whistle, so it won't let you go. Can you hear that?
I can't catcall.
But could you hear my whistle?
No.
No.
No, yours does it too.
Oh, okay. Or maybe it's Discord. I don't know.
It's probably the mics.
Yeah.
No singing allowed.
No.
Like I was testing the mic earlier and I was like holding out a note. I'm like, Nick, let me know if it's like cuts out at all. And it then thought that my whatever note I was singing then was like a whistle, so then it would like cut it out. I'm like, okay, no singing on the podcast.
Yeah, I think it actually might be Discord. I think there is actually a filter on it.
So if you have like a little songbird in the background, it doesn't.
It doesn't pop up. Yeah, I could probably turn it off, but I don't want to mess with the settings right now. Otherwise, something bad might happen. And we don't want that. We don't want that. All right, so let's move away
Right.
from photography and modeling, and let's talk about games. Okay, so this is a gaming channel. So let's talk about games that you currently play and stream.
Okay. Currently, I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley because actually like all quarantine. I didn't touch Stardew. I get like this. I think a lot of gamers might get this way, where like you love a game, you play a ton of the game, and then you don't touch it for a long time, and then you get that like not remorse, but like guilty feeling. Like, oh, I want to go back to this game. I love it so much, but I don't remember where I'm at in the story. I don't want to start over again. I progressed so much, and I'm gonna like mess up my progression if I hop back into it. And that's what happened to me last year during the pandemic. I was like, I have all this time. I could jump back into Stardew, and I didn't. And lately, I've been like, I miss my Switch. I haven't played my Switch in forever. So I was like, God damn it, I'm gonna pull out Stardew and I'm gonna do it. And I hopped right in. I had two accounts on mine. One had 40 hours and the other had like 3. So I played like 2 days on the 3-hour one. I was like, okay, I know the ropes, and hopped back in, and now I probably put like 20 hours in just last week. Okay, probably not that much. But Stardew, it is just fun, easy, casual gaming. And then I recently got Xbox Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
Because I have my whole computer set up that a late best friend of mine built me this computer, and it wasn't until he passed when I was like, wow, I should really use this for gaming, because he built my computer for me to do the photography and video editing and animation stuff back in like 2016. So my computer's like 5 years old now, but it's still top of the line specs for the most part, other than keeping my mic plugged in, I guess.
Yeah.
So this year I got Game Pass since I don't have any PC games, and I was like, all right, I'll just fuck around, try out some games. And I started playing A Plague Tale and
That's so
Neon
good.
Abyss, and I fell in love. I'm like, oh my god, I love PC gaming, even though I have to use a stupid Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Um, I know I can set it up for PlayStation, but then there's the whole like button mapping thing. I don't, what I'll adjust. I'll adjust. I've been doing fine with the Xbox controller. It's okay. I don't like it more, but I do like how the joysticks are different. And the triggers do feel nice. Um, but not as nice as that PS5 controller. But yeah, so I started playing A Plague Tale and fell in love with it right off the bat.
Good
And I
story.
actually realized today earlier, sorry I'm like rambling so much.
That's okay. No, no, no.
On the Lonercast podcast, we were like, yeah, A Plague Tale, it's finally coming into PS5. It's going to be on PSN. And we thought this was the first time it was coming to PlayStation, but it launched on all the platforms. So this game's just heavily been slept on. And it's got a huge fan base, but not that big because I had never heard of it until like E3 and before I had Game Pass. So after watching the E3, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put these games on my Game Pass and I'm gonna check them out. Immediately, I fell in love with the Plague Tale.
Oh
I
yeah.
love it. Story wise, gameplay wise, it's beautiful, and it's not overly complicated. I feel like I get overwhelmed with games when there's too much going on. Like Cyberpunk, there's a lot of reasons to not like Cyberpunk,
Oh,
but one of them was when I started up, I was like, there's so many different like paths and things to do and upgrades. It was overly overwhelming for me. Also, I don't play games like Cyberpunk that often, but I'm a huge Witcher fan, so
oh,
no excuse, Cyberpunk. Um, so it was nice jumping into A Plague Tale and being like, okay, this is easy gameplay, but it's like linear but not too linear, and it plays like a PlayStation game. Strong storyline and great gameplay.
good
It's
character
cute.
development too.
Yeah, yeah. And you got the Palpatine like guy who's like, "Oh, I need the boy. I need his blood." So when I'm streaming, I'm always like making fun of the characters and stuff because oh god, he's so gross.
If I remember correctly, I think it's on the 6th of this month. I mean tomorrow. Plague's Tale, I believe, will be available for free for PlayStation Plus
Yes.
members. So
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty
So
cool.
download that.
And for
I
PS5,
is it on
it's only the
for
PS5.
PS5? I
Yeah,
believe it's only on PS5.
yeah.
So if you don't have a PS5, find a friend who does have it, download it onto your account, and then play it once you get a PS5.
And or just
That's what I've
or
been
just
doing.
steal your friend's PS5. That's it. I'm not.
Or just steal his PS5.
Go get the word. My
That's what I do
PS5
with
go.
my fiance Nick. I just like log on to his PlayStation, download the stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'll play this eventually once I find one.
He must have sold his soul somehow to get one.
Oh my God, me, him, and like two other people were trying to get the PS5 for him. So he eventually got it because we had a lot of help, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't
No,
easy for everyone in the friend group to get one. It took months.
some people are still looking for them.
Yeah. I saw a guy at Best Buy at Happy Valley 2 days ago walking out with a Xbox. And I was like, good for you. Good for you.
So, uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So, are you interested in like any first-person shooter games or puzzle
Oh
games,
no.
or like
I'm so bad at first person shooters, it's a joke. But during the pandemic, I got into Siege. I
okay,
was playing a lot of Siege with the boys on the PlayStation, which was funny because I'm horrible at first person shooters. Never been into like Halo or COD, but I can see why people like those games because they're just like easy and fast. You die, you respawn, you die, you respawn, whatever. Shoot the shit kind of game. Puzzle games, I do love puzzle games. I'm big on that. Tetris Effect has their beta that's out. I think today's the last day of the beta, but they're cross platform beta. So that's cool. So finally you can play it on PlayStation, Xbox, computer with all your friends, and I've been enjoying that a lot.
Nice, nice. Now, what do you think about games that like those multiplayer games that involve like a certain scenario, kind of like Among Us, where you can get on with like nine other friends and just,
Is there anything like Among Us?
there's actually a bunch of games like it. There's a new pirate game out. It's similar to like Among Us. Um,
Like not
but
Sea of Thieves.
but
That's not
no, that's
quite
no, that's
similar.
a different game. Anyways, but there's a bunch of different games out there that have like similar premises. Like one or two people are infected, and the rest of the group have to figure out
Oh god.
like if they're if they're sus or not. I think sus has become the
Yeah.
new thing.
Um I actually I like playing Among Us, but what I don't like is it sucks if you're playing with people you don't know. It sucks if you're playing online. My computer monitor is freaking out right now
Oh
and
no.
going black. Let me swap over this monitor over here because now I don't trust that one.
Oh
I don't know
no.
what's going on with my stream today. um,
It wasn't like this during the lone
yeah.
cast. What happened?
Dude, I don't know what's going on. I need someone to come diagnose fucking setup. I know I got all great gear. I don't know why it's not working together. Um, but yeah, Among Us, I like playing with like house rules and just doing the hide and seek mode because it sucks not being able to talk with your friends during it. Or if you are, then you're just like easily cheating too much. Camera over here.
Yeah.
See, and it's like looking for my eye, but now I'm looking
It's looking at
this
your
way
mic
and
right
it's
now.
confused.
It's
I know. I'm like, ojos aquí. Here, I'm gonna just open up the window a bit so I have more light in here.
it's like
Ah.
we're trying to find you. We're trying to find you. You're somewhere.
It's because the sun is setting, so it's like all dark and cloudy. There we go.
Now now
But I
yeah.
want there to be more multiplayer games that are easy for casual gamers to play with their gamer friends, get more people involved, because that was really big during the pandemic, and being able to engage and have fun with your friends. And I'd like more easy, simple games like that you can just play for hours with friends, and even like people who aren't your friends that you can meet online, but that's not an MMO or a first-person shooter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the game I'm about to bring up is kind of an FPS, but
Oh,
it
okay.
is a game that you can get multiple friends in a server, like up to
Hmm.
you know dozens and dozens and dozens if you have that many people online. And it's called Rust. It's a fun
I
kind of like a
haven't heard of it.
survival game where you have to build. It's almost reminds me of like Minecraft, but you can build guns and everything and go on little missions with your friends. But currently, uh, if you follow anybody like very popular on Twitch or on YouTube, a lot of the big gaming groups right now are in a Rust server. So it's a specialized server that they
Hmm.
paid for. Somebody set up in the Rust world, and so some of the biggest names in Twitch and YouTube are now playing on the server right as I speak. I'm actually watching their
Oh,
stream.
that's
I'm
cool.
actually on other screens on this side watching them play. So and so yeah, it's a multiplayer game. It's really fun. You can make teams and defend your plot of land and build turrets and ride horses and build cars and helicopters. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's a fun little game to either make new friends or make enemies or just
Yeah, right.
just have fun with people that you haven't seen in like a year and a half, like most of us.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
for real.
it's a very simple game. And you build houses at the beginning out of wood, and then turn into stone, and then hopefully later into metal. So you go upgrading every once in a while as you collect different resources. So
Huh. But you said it's like a FPS also?
it's in the form of an FPS, yes. So you like I said, you could get
Oh, so it's like first person.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, where's the shooting come in with the house building?
Well, no, because you can get guns.
Eventually, then you get into high rises, and then you
yes,
start getting
you can get
like
guns.
guns
You
and
you can get
oh, you can.
yeah, and spears and other things. That's where the FPS part
Hmm.
comes in. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's actually available. It's available for PlayStation as well, but the PC is probably the best to play it on because you can actually create your own servers on the PC. So,
That's cool.
another game actually I played too is get that name. Hold on a second. It's oops, I'm popping that up. I should have popped that up. You can see it. It's oh, I forgot the name of it. It's a another game kind of like Minecraft, but you're in
Roblox?
no, not
Is
Roblox.
Roblox
No,
like
no, no, no,
Minecraft?
no,
I
no.
haven't played either.
It's you're like a Viking. What is that game called? All of a sudden, Valheim. It was on the tip of my tongue. Valheim. It's a really fun game.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I want to play that.
yeah. I have it on PC. It's fun. I played. Well, we haven't done it in a while, but I was playing a lot with like the Cortex Studios and Quarterly Creations and
Oh, okay.
Ashen Queen Designs and a bunch of other people, and we had our own little server that we were playing in. So that was really fun.
Nice.
Building all over the place and upgrading. In fact, Courtney created like a full with our help, like a full thing of Winterfell in one of the winter locations.
Oh my God,
It
really?
took so much stone. Oh my goodness, it took so much stone. So much collecting stone.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's games
Yeah,
like
I
that.
get it. I'm collecting stones all the time in Stardew,
Oh
so.
yeah, I know. I have Stardew on PC, so I understand that. Uh,
And
so now that you're a Twitch affiliate, and you're now part
mm,
of the Twitch elite, heading toward partner, right? Headed toward partner
I
eventually.
mean, I guess so. If I can get a following, I feel like I got affiliate real fast because I have a lot of Facebook friends and
Yeah,
supportive friend groups. Thank you. But like usually when I'm playing, I get like I don't know, 3 or 4 viewers. I don't really know how to grow that. I don't really know how Twitch works. Also, my computer is only working half the time for some reason, so I got to figure that out. Because imagine having all these issues happen and I'm freaking partner. That'd be a joke. But I do want to integrate my modeling with my Twitch stuff since it kind of is. So I figure once I get bigger, I can use my modeling photos to be like my own type of emotes and whatnot. And then if I get big enough, I could do, like live stream some of my photo shoots and have
exactly.
like interactive, like chat with me kind of things. If people care about me, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. So
Because
yeah,
I don't want to be like I don't want to be that pretty gamer girl. Like I don't want any of that because I'm not the best at video games. I'm not good at video games. I frustrate myself with the simple puzzles that I will get stuck on because I don't think like a video game all the time. And I'll be like, why isn't this working? And then I'll try something that makes absolutely no sense when I should be thinking like a video game, follow the yellow lines, see, like, oh, I tried this and it didn't work, probably because it just didn't register where I was standing and I just had to shift over a little bit. Um, but I like engaging with the community, with talking to people, playing games together. And I kind of lost that during college and then my transition into working full time for the first few years of my life. And I stopped playing video games because I was like, it's time consuming, and then it's just me being by myself, and I hate being alone. But then during the pandemic, I started seeing how you can play games with other people, and Discord makes it so easy to chat and video. And I never did that before, so I didn't know it was there. Like, oh God, you should have seen when I first downloaded Discord. It took me like 3 months to figure out how to work it, and it's not even difficult.
yeah.
Um, but once you bring in other people with gaming, it's a whole different experience, and I love it. So I want my Twitch channel to be more interactive. Although if I'm partner, I don't think I can be interacting with the 75 different people in the chat, but
Or
I don't
more.
know.
I
That's the
I have
goal.
friends that literally have hundreds to even thousands of people, and the only time they can really interact with somebody is if they sub to their channel and write a little message or donate something,
True.
and they'll
Yeah.
write a little message
Send
that
me
will,
money if you want to talk to me,
yeah.
bitch.
Now, with Twitch starting off as originally a gaming streaming channel, and I don't know if you've been following, but Twitch has become something different lately with certain Twitch partners slash just Twitch streamers, like namely uh, cosplayer and hot tub enthusiast Caitlin, aka Amaranth.
Okay, is the hot tub thing like just a joke though?
No, 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 no. It's not.
How do you stream in a hot tub? How does the bubbles not hit the mic?
So the mic is located in an area where it's really like either above or to the side.
You got a boom mic?
Yeah, yeah, and it's out of camera shot. And a lot of times, well, with Amaranth, she's actually shooting in her room, right next to her bed. And
In a hot tub?
yeah, it's in a blow up, one of those blow up hot tubs, that you have to change the water
She has a
eventually.
hot tub in her room?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she does. Yeah, it's on the other side.
So for 4th of July yesterday, I'm gonna see if I can make this photo show up on my camera.
Yes.
Let's see, focus. That was me, 4th of July.
Hot tub
And I was like, you
stream.
know what? Because we did a stream, and I was like, maybe we could set it up inside the pools, the little kiddie pools. So it'd be like a hot tub stream, but instead a kiddie pool stream.
Exactly. No, but have been some gamers that have gotten really angry at some of the hot tub streamers because either they're not gaming at all, and they're just sitting there chatting with people, their viewers in a hot tub in a bikini, and they feel, originally it was in the just chatting section, which we are in the just chatting section right now, category
Right.
of Twitch. Camera, hello. There you are.
I know.
And so they were doing it in the just chatting section, and people were getting angry because every time they went to just chatting, they saw nothing but women in bikinis in their hot tubs. So Twitch eventually,
That makes sense. I would be pissed off if I was going into just chatting and I don't, it's overfloated with one specific type of content. Then it needs to have its specific channel.
yeah, it did. It eventually did, and I think Amaranth really was the one to push it toward it. She really, she really is like, the front runner of all of them that everybody tries to copy. And eventually Twitch had to make a pools, hot tubs, and beaches category.
I like that Twitch, keeps things rated R. No, like X content. Because I feel like streaming can so easily cross that line. My camera disagrees. It's like, I don't like your opinion.
Yeah, he didn't like your opinion at all, so it says, I'll just blur out everything.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm anonymous.
You can
Come
say
on.
anything now. Say anything now. I'm joking.
I know, right? It's not really me. Look, and it's just gonna slowly. Okay.
It's
Hold it
transitioning.
right there.
That autofocus is insane.
God, I can't. My arms are too short, so I can't get it to lock into manual focus. Oh my god. Ugh.
But yeah, it's really I mean, Twitch isn't the best when it comes to
Nick, can you hit the switch?
Oh,
right here.
Can you hit it?
Hit it on manual focus. He's messing with wires on my computer.
Okay.
Thank you. There, now it's in manual focus. I should stay put now.
Now, Twitch has, a lot, years to figure out all these different like categories and stuff, and how to rate them, how advertisers have to deal with the different types of content, because some people don't put up 18 plus. My podcast, my gaming is all 18 plus. So it's not. It's not
disconnected my monitors.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I'm like, it's totally black. Oh my god. Nick, what are you doing?
Well, she just shuts everything down. Like, no.
Like, I hear you, which
Yeah.
is fine, but the Discord now is on my left monitor. My left monitor is black, and now I can't get you back. I'll just keep talking to you.
Okay, okay. Um, no, but so because you're getting up there, eventually you can accept, ads being put on your channel once you also become partner. Um,
Huh.
and you'll get money from those ads.
What are Twitch ads like? Are they just pop up in the middle of your stream for like 10 seconds?
They can, I believe you can choose when to put them up. When you hit partner, I believe. So
Okay.
you're gonna be like, hey, I'm going on like a 3 minute break or something like that. Here's some ads, and there you
Hey,
go.
that makes sense. Or like if maybe there's a setting for so like subscribers don't get ads, that would like not be bad.
That might be a tier.
I
That
mean,
might
it
be a
makes
tier three
sense
sub.
if you're doing a game where you need constant like whatchamacallit. I'm sorry, my train of thought is like out the door right now.
Because you're looking at a blank screen.
If you're like watching someone game and it's like a tournament or a competition and it's
Yeah,
really intense, and then all of a sudden an ad pops up, that's on you as the streamer for having that set up if you're doing that kind of streaming, because you should be able to turn ads on and off.
yeah,
But I think that's the only case when having an ad like sucks, unless there is like you're paying for Twitch, then have no ads.
yeah. The whole thing also the ads too. Whenever you play them, they give you a percentage of that ad that's playing. So
hmm
um,
So if you're starting out, it makes sense, like, if you need the money.
yeah,
But if you're like one of those big old streamers or like a celebrity who decides to just start doing Twitch and it's like, okay, you literally don't have to, what was it Snoop Dogg who left his webcam on? He's got all these like viewers and stuff, but he wasn't
yeah,
even doing anything. Like if you're a streamer like that, don't have ads because like then you're making ad revenue money for no reason. It's just stupid.
yeah. I mean, one of the other bigger streamers too. He's the lead singer for Panic at the Disco. He's on Twitch.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a gamer.
Brendan Urie?
Yeah, Ben and Yer. And also there's some of the bigger gaming streamers uh, like Saikuno and Pokimane and Valkyrae. Well, she's on YouTube. She used to be on Twitch until she
Mhm.
switched over. And they get their money from ads and subscriptions. So
Yeah.
have fun with taxes. I haven't. I actually can be an affiliate. I just haven't filled out the taxes because holy crap! It's just it looks so
It's
confusing.
not that bad. Um,
It looks so confusing. I
I
have
don't know. I don't understand the taxes. Like, God, I had to pay a lot of money last year, 2020 taxes for my photography.
yeah,
Because I don't do quarterly, so I pay it all at once anyways, but I also don't make a lot of money. I'm not making like a livable salary off of it. I mean, I don't do it just for fun. I do it for I would like to do it full time.
yeah,
I just don't have the time, the energy to work full time and go to school and do my own marketing and blah blah blah. Um, but I'm like, as a small business owner, I should not be paying like over 30% for taxes. And that's with like write-offs and buying equipment. And some people they think, oh, if I buy this $5,000 camera, I'll have hardly any taxes to pay. And it's like, no, it doesn't. Your write-offs don't work like that. Trust me, I've tried.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, I mean, like I
But
said,
if you're only making like less than 10K a year off of Twitch, you're not going to have crazy bad taxes. Just always, keep a K or two lying around to pay your taxes when they do come around.
definitely, definitely, and you will get there. You will become stream famous.
Yeah, you think I will?
I've watched
Maybe.
yeah, I've watched a lot of my female streamer friends become more famous over time. So it's kind of really
I guess my biggest struggle is I don't watch streamers. I don't watch stuff on Twitch because I hate watching people play video games unless I'm trying to learn from them, or it's a game I don't have and I want to know what the gameplay is like, or if the person's like really interesting. And like I'll watch Funhouse a lot every now and then on YouTube. Um, so it's hard for me as a streamer to know what to put out, what do people want. And then, I ask them people, oh, what do you think? And they're like, oh, you're a pretty girl, just show your face. And I'm like, no, I don't want people following me just for that, because I have, I'm smart.
I'm
I've
smart.
got some thoughts in my head. I want people to like actually like me for my
I have a
personality.
brain, right?
I got a brain in this skull.
And then you have people
But
like Amaranth
yeah.
goes, I have a brain too, and a low cut top.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, well, if you know Nick, Nick's all into like the booby anime girls and stuff, and he's like, just show off your tits a bit. And I'm like, I don't have tits like that to show off. Like they look fine in real life, but not on. No, I do not want those type of people watching me stream. If I had boobs like that, I'd do a different type of streaming.
Yeah, and that's why I think also there's a sort of a divide within the Twitch community is between what some people consider actual gamer girls to the pretty girls that really aren't into gaming but just mostly want to just sell you their Instagram and their OnlyFans.
Puts you in a stupid box, because one of my best friends, she's a great gamer, and she's been trying for a long time to get an affiliate, and she's ranked in league and everything, and she still gets gamer girl bashed all the time, and she doesn't dress inappropriately. She's really good at what she does. And then, just the second they hear her voice, people just start bashing her. And of course, majority sticks up for her. But it's like that happens. So it's like, what, you gotta, and she's pretty too. So it's not like, but there's so many girls who are insecure because they're not showing off their tits, or maybe they don't think that they're pretty. And then on top of all that, you have to be like the best gamer out there to be fully respected by everybody.
Yeah.
It's kind of sucky.
It is, and it is
It's
difficult,
not fair.
and not everybody can be like Valkyrie or Pokimane. They can just sit in front of the camera and wear a sweater, and then they're super popular, but they've been working at it for years themselves.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, and they're good gamers, but they can also just do a whole stream where they're just chatting with with their
Right.
subscribers and be very personable. And I think that's also what draws a lot of people in for them. It's not just how they look; it's more of also how they interact with their fans and their subscribers. So
A good friend of mine, all she does is stream Roblox, and she has a huge following, and she has like 100,000 followers on Twitch, or 100,000 or 20,000, somewhere between there. Could
I
be off by 80K. A lot. It's a lot.
yeah,
And she streams like, I don't know how often, but I'll hop into her chat every now and then, and she's just playing Roblox, engaging with people. She's got a community. She uses Discord and TikTok to like build her community and find new people to play with, and it's incredible. It's so cool to see how
it,
she does that.
it really is. It really is. All right, so we're getting near the end of our podcast,
Okay,
and
yeah.
we've talked about yeah, we're getting near the time near the end.
I
Uh,
got some pizza dough rising that I'm ready to start baking with.
oh yeah, that sounds yummy. I have spaghetti, so spaghetti and meatballs. I want to finish.
Hmm.
So, before we end our podcast, can you tell the viewers a little bit where they can find you and the links? Because
Yes,
I
I
will put
can
the
do
links. I'll
that.
put the links a little later. So I'll ask you for the links, and
Okay.
then I'll put it when I actually
Ah.
post this to YouTube as well.
So my Snapchat, Instagram, and pretty much anything is Danny Rar, RAWR 34. Danny Rar 34. Yeah, Rar, like I'm a scene kid, Rar. Yep. So that's me, Danny Rar 34. But on Twitch, I am MischievousVixen. Um, so those are my two things. So Twitch/MischievousVixen. Um, yeah, give me a follow, send me a message, say hey, give me a game suggestion to play. I'm all about that. And then for my photography, that's the other one. My photography on Instagram is at Danielle LA Photos, and on Facebook it's just Danielle LA Photography. And then my modeling stuff is on my Instagram, which is DannyRar34. So that's it's either DannyRar34 or MischievousVixen. You find those, you'll eventually find my photography. Just Google my name.
Exactly. You'll eventually find something of her.
And if you
Probably
can't spell my last name, Danielle LA and photography, yeah, that's it. You'll find me. Just remember the LA part.
her cool cyberpunk photos will probably pop up when you look for that when you look for her name.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well,
Yep.
Danielle, thank you for joining me tonight. My dog just walked in the background. Thank you for joining me tonight for Nerd Corners podcast. And definitely check out those links. I will have them posted below. And if you're watching on YouTube, they'll definitely be posted in the description below.
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Danielle, for being on. And remember,
thanks for having me.
to enjoy your chimichanga.
Enjoy your chimichanga.